Hello everyone, welcome to class. I wanted to give you a quick tour of Canvas. This is for History 202, and you'll see I have two sections of History 202. So if you're in History 202 DO1, you're going to click on a tile that looks like this. If you're in History 202 DO2, you're going to click on a tile that looks like this. So we're going to go into this one, but they're both set up the same, so I'm going to use it for both of your classes. So when you click on the class, you should come straight to this page, which is your welcome page, your modules page, and you'll see the welcome to class right here at the top. This is the assignment that's due today. I'm going to leave this assignment open through the weekend, and this particular time I won't count it as late if you don't turn it in before the weekend, but I really do suggest you do it today because you do have another assignment due this weekend and you don't want the work to pile up. So try and do this stuff. Basically, the welcome to class is a discussion. It has a short video, just kind of introducing myself, and then I ask you guys to introduce yourselves. Obviously, you don't need to include a video, although if you'd like to, go ahead. But mostly I'm just looking to know who you are, what your major is, what your interest in history is, and what you like to do for fun. So just a simple icebreaker. And then after that, there's a page talking about our policy on plagiarism. This is really important because I do get people who plagiarize every semester, so make sure you're not one of those people that I catch this semester. This just talks about our plagiarism policy. And then after that, you're going to have to do a quiz discussing plagiarism. So the quiz is about 5 questions long. It's really, really short. It's just to make sure you understand what plagiarism is before we move forward. If you have any questions about it, be sure to ask me before taking the quiz. Now, as far as the syllabus, this is an assignment just to make sure that you've read the syllabus. So I suggest you go look at the syllabus. In fact, it's included in this assignment. So if you click on the assignment, you'll see that you can look at the syllabus, download it, and then just answer these questions just to make sure that you've actually read the syllabus. So go through all that. I don't expect it'll take very long. You'll be able to get it done within the day. However, most modules are actually meant to be a week's worth of work, and so don't wait till the last minute. You see the due date here. That's not really meant to be the day you turn it in. It's open long before that day. You're supposed to think of that due date as the last possible day to turn the assignment in. I usually leave it up one more day, so it's usually available until Sunday, but you will get a late grade if you turn it in after Saturday. The extra day is just to give you a cushion just in case something happens that you can still turn it in for a late grade. If something else comes up, something else that's unavoidable or a school-sponsored activity or something, please get in contact with me right away. If possible, get in contact with me ahead of time before you miss the deadline so that we can figure it out. But I do want to make sure that you guys stay kept up with the class, because if you fall behind, it gets really hard to catch up because these weeks just pile on top of each other, and it's really helpful to have the chapters in order. So think of the due date as the last day to turn it in. Try and turn it in much sooner. You can turn it in piece by piece throughout the week, and then by the time the due date rolls around, you should maybe have to turn in one thing or maybe nothing at all if you finished it. So this is the modules page. You'll see that it goes through every week of the semester. Now you might see some things like this where you have 2 modules due in 1 week. So be aware of that. Be aware of when they're coming up ahead of time. That's when we have extra assignments, and really this whole assignment should be part of this module, but because it's an extra thing, I decided to give you extra time on it, and so these ones, the half-week ones, are always due on Wednesday. So assignments are always going to be due either Saturday or Wednesday, but like I say, try and turn it in earlier, and be aware of when these half weeks are coming up so that they don't catch you by surprise. Go ahead and go through your modules page often, look at what module is coming next so that you're ready when it does come up and that you don't miss anything. But if you follow through the modules page, you shouldn't have any problem keeping up with the class. All of the supplementary materials needed are there. Like I say, this half-week assignment, it looks like there's a lot of stuff, but really this is all just one assignment. These are just the readings for it. So these are required readings that are available on Canvas, and you have to read all of them, and they all relate to this assignment here. Alright, so the other thing you might want to look at is the syllabus page. So on this page, we just have our syllabus embedded, so it's easy to go through and see it. There's also my information here, so you can see how to contact me. You can see what book we need, that's up here. Even with the ISBN number, be sure that you get the correct volume and be sure that you get the correct edition, because I've had issues where people have either gotten the wrong volume or the wrong edition before. So make sure that, I think it's the 3rd edition, and we're doing volume 2 for this class. So here's my information. Don't worry about the office phone. Don't use that phone number this semester. I'm not going to be in my office because of the restrictions for COVID-19. So go ahead and use my cell phone number if you need to call me. I may or may not be able to pick up my phone, but I'll get back to you if you send me a text message afterwards letting me know you called. And the other thing is, if you send me a text message, I'll get back to it pretty much right away. That's the fastest way to communicate with me. I'll usually get back to it, maybe if not right away, then maybe in an hour or two the next time I look at the phone, just in case I've stepped away from the phone for some reason. So that's really the quickest way to get hold of me. This is my actual NMSU email address. However, I suggest that you use the Canvas email system because it's a little easier to tell who's in what class that way, and you have less of a chance of getting buried. It's really easy to get buried here because I get notifications from everywhere on this email address, and so I may miss an email from you on that, so it's much better to go through the Canvas system. And if you do go through this, be sure to specify what class you're in, what section, and what your name is. That way I know what assignment you're asking about. Whereas with Canvas, you don't really have to do that because it'll show me which section the email is coming from. But that's what you need to know for this one. Also, if you text me, you might need to include that information too in order for me to help you. So you have the whole syllabus here, but you can also download the syllabus, and I encourage you to do so. So download it by going to this link here, and then try and either save it to your computer or print it out. That way you always have it. But it's also available on this page so you can see everything coming up. Down here is a schedule of exactly how our courses are going to go, and under that is your course summary, so that's another way to know what assignments are coming up. But once again, I would stay with the modules page because while this tells you all the assignments that are due, it won't have any of the supplementary material with it. So it'll be harder for you to find that stuff to do these assignments. So the modules page is really the best place to go to make sure that you're seeing what's coming up. We don't have any announcements yet, but the announcements are going to be anything that I need to let you know about the course. I'll try and send a general announcement about once a week, and if we need to, if I need to let you know about something else, I'll send an announcement then too. You can also go to your assignments to check on what assignments are due or look at how you did on assignments, things like that. You can click on your assignment and see my comments on it. So that's another good place to go. Same thing with discussions. We don't have any discussions yet, but you can go to your discussions by clicking on discussions. Under that you have grades. And for the women's suffrage debate that you saw, which was a middle of the week debate, you're going to need to go and find out what side you're arguing for, because obviously not everyone can argue for women to have the right to vote. So I'm going to assign you a position. So go ahead and go to people to figure out what position you're in, and then you'll go to groups. The groups have not been assigned yet, but I will assign those groups, and this is where you can find them. And you can also refer back to this video later if you need to. All right. So that's really all you're going to need. There's also files here. Files is really important as far as finding documents related to the course. These will all be in the modules as well with the assignment they're related to. But it's a good place to find the syllabus again, citation guides. So I have citation guides for APA, MLA, or Chicago style. You can choose whatever style you want to write in. Try and do it in the style of your major, but be consistent about it. Don't mix MLA style and APA style or make up your own style. Pick one of these and stick to it, and then I'll be able to grade it. So there's those. There's also your PowerPoints. So that's another one. If you want to go see the PowerPoints for the semester, go to PowerPoints, and you have a list of every PowerPoint that we're going to use in this class. Now those are also included in modules, and they give you extra information sometimes that are not in the chapter, including some videos and things like that that can help emphasize the point that I'm trying to make. And so if you're more of a visual or auditory learner, then those might actually be better for you in a lot of ways than just reading the book. So you might want to look at those. But files pretty much contains everything in the class that you're going to need as far as materials. So if you need anything, check files. And other than that, that's pretty much, there's other stuff here, there's quizzes and things like that, but the majority of the things you need are going to be right up here at the top. Like I'd say, click to your home page and it'll take you right back to modules and show you what's due coming up. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I'd be happy to help you with any of this. I just need to know what you're struggling with, preferably before you try and turn in the assignment. So I look forward to working with all of you this semester.